Welcome to the second episode of series number 1, Killing Potential and Movement. This episode is on common peeking and movement errors and quick fixes. CSGO movement is very important and crucial for any successful player. The better you maneuver your character, the more likely you are to survive and kill your enemies. Now, I'm not gonna be spending time teaching you how to improve your movement or bunny hop or air strafe. There's enough content out there you'll be able to find that will be able to help you out. If you're too lazy to look, try jumping in KZ, B-hop, or surf maps. They're a great place to start to fixing your movement. Now, what I am going to show you in this video are the different peeking and movement mechanics to make you more versatile, to get you kills easier, make you harder to kill, and make you a more effective team player. Let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to teach you is a mechanic called Counter-Strafing. In Counter-Strike, there is a maximum velocity depending on the weapon you're holding. For an AK, it's 215. Whether you're walking forward, backwards, left, or right, the maximum velocity is 215. When you let go of your movement key, there's a slow, gradual decrease in speed until you reach 0. To shoot accurately in Counter-Strike, you need to be at 0 velocity or just a little bit over, with the exception of pistols and SMGs, of course. This means that you need to let go of your movement keys and reach almost 0 speed to accurately shoot. To be able to stop and shoot accurately instantly, you need to learn how to counter-strafe to counteract the slow, gradual decrease. Now, counter-strafing is easy once you learn how to do it. It's all about tapping the opposite direction when you want to stop fast. If you're strafing left, as soon as you let go of A, you have to quickly tap D. If you are strafing right, as soon as you let go of D, you have to quickly tap A. Just a quick tap. Now, you should go in a server and practice this. Type in CL_show position 1 in console and try in an offline server until you get the hang of it. This is what it looks like from the enemy's perspective. It's that fast. Practice it until it's perfect. Moving on to the second tip. Always peek 90 degrees to your enemy. Always peek perpendicularly to your enemy. It makes it a lot easier for your enemies to miss, and it makes it a lot easier for you to counter-strafe and take advantage of peeker's advantage. The Jiggle Peak. Jiggling is mostly used to bait op shots, burst, sprays, or to bring in an enemy's crosshair closer to the wall so that you can wide peek later. For now, I'm going to show you how to do it properly so that you can learn to be evasive or bait out op shots and reduce your chance of dying. You want to be close to the wall, as close to the wall as possible, and you never want to peek out all the way. To jiggle correctly, you should not be able to see your enemy. If you see your enemy, you may have actually jiggled far. Your enemy will be able to see you long before you're able to see him when you're close to a wall. So it's important that you jiggle close to the wall and not enough to see your enemy, or it might be too late. This is what it looks like from the perspective of your enemy. Obviously, this is again only a simulation, but this is what it would look like to your enemy. This is an incorrect Jiggle Peak. A correct Jiggle Peak will look a little bit like this. Just a little bit of your shoulder. If your entire body pokes out, it means you have jiggled too far. Now we're going to go over the shoulder peek. Shoulder peeking is to avoid over peeking or just peeking only enough to see your enemy. It's to make sure you're getting the 1v1 duels. It's to also make those duels safer by not exposing your entire body so that you're able to shoot your enemy and be less likely to be killed. Now I'll be demonstrating to you guys again in a simulation how a shoulder peek would go down in the middle of a game. Now, there are 3 enemies in front of me. If I decide to wide peek, I'm peeking into 3 potential enemies. But if I decide to shoulder peek, I can maybe pick out these players one at a time without being able to be shot back by the other players, making sure that I'm getting these 1v1 duels and denying them the number advantage. That's 1 kill, 2 kills, and 3 kills if I wasn't so bad. A shoulder peek is also super effective when comboed with a teammate's wide peek, which I'll explain in a little bit. Now, this is what it looks like when shoulder peeking with a teammate from the enemy's perspective. As you can see, it makes it a lot harder for the enemy to kill you, and it makes it a lot easier for you to get the frag by not having any pressure of dying. Now we're going to go over the wide peek. Wide peeking is the opposite of a shoulder peek. It is necessary when teammates are behind you. It's a tool to crosshair disrupt your enemy and make people aim wide so that your teammates can fight behind you and so that you can reduce the chances of your teammates dying behind you. A wide peek should look a little bit like this. Here's another example of what it should look like. This is a perfect wide peek. You can also do it just a little bit less wide so that you can fight a little bit earlier. But this is the essence of a wide peek. This is what it looks like when done correctly. Another way to use the wide peek is by jiggling and shouldering, making people bring their crosshairs closer to the wall, and then wide peeking past it to make it harder for them to hit you and increase your chances of winning that duel. Now, some of you might be asking, StrongLegs, do I really need to learn how to wide peek? Why do I need to learn how to wide peek? Well, you see, here are some examples of why you need to learn how to wide peek.
Rush it, dude, I think he's on B side, dude. Wait, why are you peeking, dude? What are you doing? Get out of my way, stupid!
Oh my god, you're an idiot.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode, Comment Peeking and Movement Errors and Quick Fixes. I hope you enjoyed this episode, but more importantly, that you learned from it. If you enjoyed the content, please like and comment down below. We really love feedback and we want to bring you the best content possible. Also, if you have friends who can use some help improving, share this channel with them so you never have to sound like the two angry Russians. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time, Academy. And might cost themselves many easy kills. 2. Always aim on enemies.